spend some time doing a lot of different jobs, because doing a lot of different jobs, you do find out what you don't like. Taking a year away to find out what you don't like is a great way to do things. School wasn't great for me. I wouldn't say I hated it, but I didn't enjoy it. Is that fair enough? I tolerated going, but everything else seemed to be a waste of my time. I always thought there was always more out there in the world for me to do.
So let's say someone is, I don't know, 16, 17, 18 listening to this, and they're thinking, I don't really know what I want to do. The default seems to be, well, for a lot of people, I'll just go to uni because, quote, it's useful to have a degree.
Yeah.
How would you approach kind of, if you were advising someone and if they were like, hey, Mark, I don't really know what to do. I'm 17.
Well,
what are the factors here?
Personally, I would say, and this didn't exist when I was younger, is not necessarily a year out, but spend some time doing a lot of different jobs, because doing a lot of different jobs, you do find out what you don't like. So we mentioned McDonald's there. So you could flip burgers for 2 weeks if you wanted to, learn the ropes of the McDonald's trade, then quit, then go on to your next job, learn that job, see what you didn't like from it, take the things you did and then put them together in the third job you go to. So I think taking a year away to find out what you don't like is a great way to do things. And then if the choice is to go to university because you want to be XYZ that needs that, then of course you go. But the problem with going when you don't know what you want to do is that's a lot of debt. That's a hell of a lot of debt. And that debt at some point's got to be paid off. And you may never go into that job or use that degree ever again in your life. So it is a bit of a waste, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah. Even in the UK, where some people would say it's not really debt, it's more like a graduate tax. Oh, it's only 9%, and you only have to pay it off once you're earning more than 25k or whatever the number is. Do you think the debt thing is still a factor that people should seriously consider?
I think so, because I think it also limits their job options as well, because most people that come out of university feel they're of a certain level, they don't want to earn below a certain level, and you are going to be paying it back 9 times out of 10. But you also job trap yourself to a certain degree as well using
What do you mean?
that. Well, most people that I know that have been to university that haven't got jobs are like, well, I can't find a job for my qualifications. And you think, well, that's because you've studied something you didn't want to study in the first place, and there wasn't any job opportunities for that. And whoever promised you that university course was going to give you a good living at the end of it essentially lied to you, because it's not there. But it is a business university, isn't it, at the end of the day? There's a lot of people making a lot of money, pushing a lot of people through, whether it's through the university itself or whether it's through the accommodation or whether it's through student unions or whatever it is. There's a lot of money being earned. So I can understand why people push youngsters that way, because in a way it is an easy option, isn't it? If you don't know what to do, you've got 3-4 years of, well, I'm going to university, I'm working hard, everyone thinks I am, but then the reality will hit after that. So again, not against university before anyone feels that way, but I think a lot that go probably shouldn't.
Yeah, I think I would broadly agree with that. I think, yeah, in some schools and in some backgrounds, it's just, in my school, like 100% of people went to university, and it was like really weird if you didn't. And
the same at my son's school as well. I mean, my son, every single person in his school leaving in his year went to university. He deliberately did not go to the open days of the university because he knew he didn't want to go. And if he went to the open days, then they would probably coerce him into wanting to go. Like, you can join this team, you can be on that team, you can do this, the nightlife's great. And he felt that it would hold him back. And I think that's the bravest decision he's ever made, because if everyone around you's going and you say, no, I'm not, you're actually the strong one in that situation. And he's now built, obviously, a business with he built a business before we worked together, but now we work together on YouTube and everything else that we do, and on the podcast Strike It Big. And it's a fantastic relationship because of that.